Well, in preparing for this interview today, I was meditating really about the whole subject and my own experiences up at the top of the mountain with the Kanaka-Maolis, the members of the Royal Order of King Kamehameha I, as we would do ceremony 4 times a year at the equinox and the solstices. And I got to experience firsthand the profound sacredness of the mountain, what it means to the people here, how very, very precious it is. And so we were taught in going up there how to prepare, how to be pono about it, how to cleanse ourselves, how to make the ho'okipus, which for me was quite an amazing experience to be that directly connected to the spirit of Mauna Kea and to the spirit of the Hawaiian people. So in reflecting on that, and then reflecting on the part that has gone to some amazing talks at the university through the Institute for Astronomy, or the Astro Days that are held at the local mall here every year, and the tremendous excitement that this whole arena has brought to the people of the island, those of us who live here who get to experience it regularly through the visitor center on the way up to the top of Mauna Kea, to the local people who come and experience these events, and the brilliant scientists, many of whom I've met, who have wonderful hearts and who really appreciate and value the opportunity to be here in this most special place of places for the work that they're doing. And then recently especially, we've had so many breakthroughs, so many big things that have happened, things that we've seen here that have been found through the telescopes, through the arrays, through the people who are working here. We've made it a first-class endeavor. We've brought great recognition, great pride to this community for what's been accomplished. So in thinking about all of this,
maybe I got to ask you a question about, do you think there's a conflict there between the sacredness of the mountain and the huge amount of development that's going on up there?
Oh yes, there's a tremendous conflict, because for the Hawaiians, Mauna Kea, or the White Mountain, is the highest place and the place where the Pico, our umbilicus, connects to the heavens. So it's really, really precious. And now with the TMT, the 30-meter telescope array, coming in, reading the statistics about it, 180 feet high dome, 13 acres. It's bigger than all the places, all the observatories that are up there now already. So it is a very difficult thing to reconcile the beauty and the majesty of Mauna Kea and what it represents to the people. In addition to the Hawaiian people and those of us who live here, Hawaiian by heart, all the people who come here from all over the world. And how are we going to balance, again, the specialness, the uniqueness of what this represents and what it truly is, with the amazing things that have happened through the presence of the observatories and the telescopes there?
How do you think that would work out? Do you think just people talking about it is, because there's a lot of authority, the university has authority, and all the land people have authority. How is this going to be reconciled, or is just one group going to, I hate to say it, impose on another?
Well, you know, with all things that are coming new now, it's all about what's pono, meaning what's righteous, and what's in balance. In the old world, who had the gold made the rules, we all heard that, and we see what happened with that kind of attitude and consciousness towards everything. But now what we know is people's consciousness is rising all over the world, and native people as well as imports like us have come together with a desire to do what's most right, what we refer to as the highest best outcome for all, or consensus thinking, because this is where I feel, as a dolphin and whale researcher here, that this is how we can harmoniously work it out. Everyone has an equal stake at the table. Everyone's concerns and regards and desires and visions and intentions are put out, we can find first where is our common ground and go there. When we find common ground, then the rest we can tweak, the rest we can make the adjustments that need to be made so that ultimately we have common ground. We have the highest, best outcome for everything involved, everyone involved.
Now, some Hawaiians feel that Hawaiians don't go up there very often, but they feel that the legacy is to look at the mountain in a pristine condition. And they're saying that no more telescopes. Forget the TMT. That the rest of them there should be a plan to take them down. And the mountain should be made whole. What's your take on that?
Well, just as you mentioned that, the thought that comes to mind, again in doing research for this, was that this would be the last, and maybe there's one more, I believe, coming off somewhere, of this kind of endeavor on the planet. Because the next obvious move is to take them out into space, where we have zero need to be concerned about pollution, dust, light, and all those other things, airwaves that jiggle, all that stuff, technical stuff. So I think we could look to the day where actually these kinds of setups will be taken down, because the next level of science, the next progression will be to move it off planet, where we could get like the most remarkable information and knowledge, and we would be able to restore the pristine nature of Mauna Kea and other sacred places across the world that the might makes right and the golden rule consciousness has sought to make use of in a less than wholesome way. Let's work better to reclaiming it, making it all good for all of us.
Now, this is kind of an interesting idea. I haven't heard it before, and you just brought it up. Do you think that should be a part of the plan for Mauna Kea, is how to dismantle what they've brought up there, what man has brought up there?
Well, first I think they have to consider that the time will come and implement this as part of the plan, because to me it seems obvious in terms of the work and the research and how far we've gotten with Earth-based technology, but we know that there's way more technology coming down the pike, and we would be able to make it something far more cost efficient doing things like this with the newer technologies, the long lastingness of telescopes, like realizing how old Hubble is, for example, and all they had to do to fix it up and keep it going for more years. We need to look at how much more sophisticated we can be than even what this represents, and go there and go to do it someplace off planet and work in the plan that, when we got the eye in the sky, or the eyes in the sky, we'll be able to say, okay, gone, and to rehabilitate, make it whole again, and preserve it, do the best we know how between now and that time. We have to.
Do you think that this could be actuated by actual money being set aside for 20 years in the future to dismantle all these things?
Yes. It would be a wise thing to have a fund set aside, perhaps through the Moore Foundation and Conservancy Group, and people who have these vested interests, and other nations too, because again, what will give us the most best outcome is our most best behavior all along the way.
Okay.